So back again. Julie and I, we're gonna go read. We decided we're gonna go to a park because it's finally nice out. It's just been so rainy lately. So we're gonna go. First, we need to go get some food. So we're gonna get some coffee. Gonna go to City Brew. And then later in the video, so far I've read a little bit. And so I really want to talk about Backstories and why I think One Piece does better like sad anime backstories than like your typical show. So I need to read a little bit more, and then we're gonna get right back to it. So I'll see you soon. And that was a cop that just went by. Hope everything's okay. All right, so we just got some food, found a nice spot at the park. So now it's time to get some reading done. So I just finished reading the end of these volumes. I want to talk about, now that we've seen Sanji's backstory and Nami's backstory, why I think One Piece does like the sad anime backstory better than almost any other show. And the key reason for that is because of how Sanji, Nami, and even Luffy and Zoro, they all have sad things that happen to them. They all have sad circumstances, except for Luffy to a much lesser extent. But whatever happens to them, they're the cause of it, or they think they're the cause of it. There's been a lot of good essays and videos about why this is important. But typically, it's really only seen in the main character. When you have a character has something sad happen to them, it can be of things that are way out of their control. And when that happens, it's hard to identify with them because their purpose and their cause and how they're structured from that point on doesn't feel as genuine when they do something that they are the cause of. For an example, Sanji that thinks that if the chef wouldn't have had to cut off his leg and would have to do all these things if he didn't get angry about the all blue and fall off the ship, so he would go save him. Things like that make it so easy to connect with characters, and one thing that stands out in One Piece is not only the main characters have this. Luffy thinks he's responsible for Shanks losing his arm, which he, in one way or another, kind of is. But what that does for a story is makes it far easier to identify with the characters very quickly. You get one backstory, you see what they've done. Not only does just a sad thing happen to you, a sad backstory can be a way to fill out a side character pretty effectively. But when you add this other element of they're the cause and they've held up this ideal moving forward, their goal moving forward is directly because of the mistake they made in the past that led to this terrible thing, it's just an easy trick to make us identify with the characters so quickly. And in One Piece, it's everywhere. Almost every side character that gets a backstory gets this treatment where they are the cause for the sad thing that happened. And it's not just sad events happen to them, but they are actively, or they were actively, or think they were actively affecting the outcome. And so they have to make up for the things that they did in the past. And so it's just a way to get in line with the character easier, and it makes the character far more active than passive, which is also an easier way to identify with them, because everyone in the world is active. They all have their own goals and their missions. But by doing the backstory this way, it just makes them feel that much more real. And that's why I think Oda's character writing is so strong, because he's able to develop these backstories where characters are the reasons that the bad things happen, and it just makes it that much easier to identify with them. And I think it's something that a lot more anime and just stories in general could do as well. So that's another big takeaway that I've really realized so far, is that all of the backstories develop the characters and make them super easy to identify with. So I'm super excited to continue reading it, and I hope you'll continue with me. Thanks for watching.